Assalamualaikum and hello everybody. Welcome to the 20th video of number systems. We are almost moving towards the end of the chapter, and one of the topics that we have in today's class is called as rationalizing the denominator. So whenever we have any number in the form of p by q, that is in the form of a fraction, the upper part will be called as numerator and the below part will be called as denominator. I have written a question here on the board which is 1 by root 5. In 1 by root 5, 1 is the numerator and root 5 is the denominator. Just like if you have 2 by 3, 2 becomes the numerator and 3 becomes the denominator. Now what do you mean by rationalizing the denominator? So the steps are like this. That means we have to take the denominator part. So I will write the question 1 by root 5. So in solution, I should take the denominator part and multiply this denominator part once with the numerator and divide it once with the denominator. Multiply and divide this denominator part once on the numerator, once on the denominator. Means what? What is our denominator here? Root 5. So you will have to take root 5 divided by root 5. The same thing should be multiplied with the numerator also, and the same thing should be multiplied with the denominator also. So if you have 1 by root 3, so you will take root 3 and root 3 here. It depends on what number you have. Now you should just do the multiplication, numerator with numerator, denominator with denominator. So 1 into root 5 will be root 5. Any number multiplied by 1 is the same number. Just like 1 5s are 5, 1 into root 5 will be root 5. Now root 5 into root 5, there are two ways of multiplying it. I will show you both. One is root 5 into root 5. Root 5 5s are 25. You can multiply the numbers inside the root. You can't add them or subtract them, but you can multiply them. And square root of 25 is 5. Right? So that is one way of multiplying. Or when you have root 5 into root 5, it means root 5 whole square. Whole square is root 5 has come 2 times. When it comes 2 times, you can put whole square on that. And whenever we have whole square, square and root can always be cancelled. I'll get 5. So either you can multiply it in this way, or you can also solve it like this. So if I go with the second method, root 5 into root 5 is root 5 whole square. Whole square means root 5 is multiplied 2 times. Square and root will get cancelled. So the answer remaining here is root 5 divided by 5. This is going to be your answer. Okay. So based on the same, please try one question as homework. 1 by root 7. Try to rationalize. The heading is rationalizing the denominator. Try to rationalize this question and tell me what answer you will get. We'll move on in the same topic to a little higher level question. So if I have a question like 1 by root 7 minus root 6. So if I have a question like this, what should I do? So here comes a little change than the first part. Here also you should consider the denominator only, because the heading tells rationalize the denominator. That means obviously I'll have to take the denominator, but I'll have to take the conjugate of it. Now conjugate is a new word. Conjugate is plus changes to minus and minus changes to plus. Example, if I have 2 plus root 3, the conjugate of 2 plus root 3 is 2 minus root 3. If I have root 5 plus 2, the conjugate of root 5 plus 2 is root 5 minus 2. If I have root 7 minus root 3, the conjugate of root 7 minus root 3 is root 7 plus root 3. This is called as conjugate. So whenever we are rationalizing the denominator for such type of questions where we have two values, we have to rationalize by taking the conjugate of the given denominator. So I'll put into, what is the conjugate of root 7 minus root 6? It should be root 7 plus root 6. So root 7 plus root 6, I'll write it below. So this is your question. So the solution will be, you will write down the same thing, root 7 minus root 6, put multiplication sign, and now change it to the conjugate. Root 7 minus root 6 will become root 7 plus root 6 divided by root 7 plus root 6. Whatever you have signed here, just change both the types. Okay. Now 1 into root 7 plus root 6. Whenever you multiply 1 with any bigger number as well, it's going to be the same number. So you get root 7 plus root 6 only divided by, now this is like root 7 minus root 6, root 7 plus root 6. Try to recall this identity that we have learned. Root a plus root b into root A minus root B. We have learned this identity in the last class, and the answer for this identity will be A minus B. Correct? So in this place, if I have root 7 plus root 6 into root 7 minus root 6, in place of A I have 7 and in place of B I have 6. Correct? A minus B means 7 minus B means 6. A is 7 and B is 6, so you will get 7 minus 6. So for this part, we will have to make use of this identity that we have learned in the last class. So root 7 minus root 6 into root 7 plus root 6 is of this form, and the answer will be 7 minus 6. Last step, root 7 plus root 6 divided by 7 minus 6 is 1. And whenever you have the denominator as 1, there is no need to write it. You can write only the numerator part, and so the final answer is going to be root 7 plus root 6. So this is going to be your answer. So when we rationalize the denominator of 1 by root 7 minus root 6, the answer that we get is root 7 plus root 6. I hope you have understood this. Based on the same type, try to get me the solution of 1 by root 5 plus root 2. Okay? So rationalize the denominator of this. What do you think is the conjugate of root 5 plus root 2? It's going to be root 5 minus root 2. Multiply that same conjugate and divide by it, and then continue in the same way. Use the same identity and send your answers to the Google Classroom app. And then as soon as this chapter is over, we'll also have a small test. But I'm waiting for the chapter to get over, and then we'll have this complete chapter CUT. So keep preparing. Thank you for watching the video.